Tonight, rematch. Cavs play the Thunder. It was a hugely entertaining game here in Cleveland last week. They're in Oklahoma City. You wrote an article kind of by the numbers. So the Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has won the first two Western Conference Player of the Week or Player of the Month awards. He's averaging 31 and a half points a game. Thunder have three players in the top six in steals: SGA, Jalen Williams, Kason Wallace. They're riding a 9-game home winning streak, and they're on a pace to break the NBA's single season point differential, currently plus 12.8. So they're winning games by an average of almost 13 points a game. Any way you slice it, and we saw it against the Cavs at Cleveland. They're a really good team that's as young as the Cavs, really.
Yeah, they're two franchises that kind of mirror each other, and not just in the way the roster was built, but in the style they play. Like the Cavs, they have a superstar guard in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, much like the Cavs with Donovan Mitchell. What the Thunder really don't have is a Darius Garland and Evan Mobley, especially with Chet Holmgren still being injured. But they move the basketball extremely well. They're deep. They get contributions from unlikely people like the Cavs can do from time to time, where you put all your focus on the Cavs core four of Mitchell, Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen, and then somebody else like a Karis LeVert or George Niang or Dean Wade or Isaac Okoro, somebody else will step up that you really aren't game planning for. The Thunder have three or four guys every game who are doing that. Um, Aside from Gilgeous-Alexander, and these franchises really, I think that they can be very proud of the fact that Cleveland's a 26th out of 30 markets in the NBA size wise. Oklahoma City's 28. So they've really gone about building things a different way. They don't typically build through free agency. You have to do it through the draft and trades. And look, they've hit the target every time, both of these teams. So I would think that while the Cavs and their fans want to beat the Thunder, they certainly appreciate what they've been able to accomplish as well.
So, same article, Cavs by the numbers. They've won 6 straight on the road by an average margin of just under 16 points a game. 14-3 on the road. That again, you win on the road in the NBA, it's a sign of a good team. Mitchell is averaging 23.1, Garland 21, so they're getting an average of 44 points from their backcourt. Allen second in the NBA in field goal percentage, better than 70%. Evan Mobley sits at 10th, 58%. And they lead the lead in offensive rating at 121.3. And let those numbers sink in. Your big guys are shooting 70 and 67%. And they're starting to run the offense through Mobley a little bit. Jared Allen just scores. He doesn't need to touch the ball. And your backcourt is almost 45 points per game.
Yeah, and that's the sign of what Kenny Atkinson talks about when he talks about shot quality. They keep that stat. Are we getting good looks at the basket, not just putting up points? And that's really been the secret sauce to their success, is that they're getting good shots. They're not getting shots that are greatly challenged. You look at Jared Allen, most games he's, like you said, Dave, he doesn't need the basketball to succeed. He gets the ball for a split second and puts it in the basket. So it's hard to be more efficient than that. A lot of those are, you look at most of his games, 6 of 7 from the field, or 7 of 8, or 5 of 6 with 20 points. So they've really been efficient in that sense. The way Mobley has been able to extend his game to beyond the 3-point line, where previous seasons you were kind of thinking, why is he taking a 3-pointer? Now you're like, Kenny Atkinson says you'd like to see him take more. So those are just the two big guys. And then, as you mentioned, and is in the story with the guards, 45 points a game between the two of them. It's just an efficient and high-powered machine that really, as we've seen, 90% of it. There's a reason 90% of the time they're winning games, and I think we saw that the other night in Indiana when they went in there and they really just put on a demonstration of, oh yeah, that's why this team is 34-5, because When they get it going, forget it. You're done. And that's what happened in that second half against the Pacers the other night. It happened against the Thunder in the previous matchup. So, yeah, everything's clicking, and the stats are kind of revealing just how well it is.
And that's the reason people that follow the team and cover them, they always seem to have an answer. If you want to take away one facet of, that's the reason I think they're kind of built for playoff basketball. And I think Kenny Atkinson has done a really good job coaching this team.